that was placed next to Edward was made of china and, like Edward, had also been broken into pieces and repaired out of all the other characters in the story. Which one could have owned her? Bull, Bryce, Evelyn, or Pellegrina? Charlie.
Bryce. I think it's Bryce because he could have owned the doll with Sarah Ruth, and then the father smashed it.
I agree.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree because it also says in the book that it was a baby.
He smashed
That it was a baby doll.
But it didn't say that doll was a baby doll because it was
a baby.
It was very no. It just said it had a baby on it.
They owned
That doesn't
it.
mean it's a baby.
It's a bonnet.
I think
That's what
I
it
just
said right there. Question.
I disagree with them because in it says you disappoint me on page 200 for me. It says you disappoint me, said the old doll. Her words made Edward think of Pellegrina, of warhawks and princesses, of listening and love, of spells and curses.
There also could have been Pellegrina that owned her and taught her those words herself.
Yeah.
This is a right
When she was
question,
young.
though. I disagree with Luke because in the picture, there's a picture, and it looks like, and it said in the beginning, somewhere in the beginning of the book, said that their father smashed a doll into 100 million pieces, and then in the picture, it looks like there's a lot of pieces.
There is, but it doesn't look like 100 million pieces. Because if it was, they would be like teensy tiny.
Well, yeah, but it's just a phrase, Luke.
I know.
Like, yeah.
But maybe that doll, didn't get broken. Maybe it was just made like that, or maybe it just cracked since it was just really, really old.
Yeah, and maybe Pellegrina could have had a baby doll when she was young, and she accidentally smashed it.
Well, it probably wasn't that because they would probably give clues.
Yeah.
But they gave clues.
They did.
On the clues that we started with.
They did.
Yeah,
They said pretty much exactly what.
Yeah.
She said exactly what Pellegrina said. You disappoint me.
Yeah, so
Well, there's no clues that Pellegrina owned it.
So
that's just
Luke
because
I think Luke is right.
She said she was loved by. She could have been loved by both of them because she said she was loved by a million people probably.
So
Yeah,
if you did that
true.
question,
She could have been loved by Pellegrina. Then she could have gone to Sarah
She
Ruth.
could have been like the same people who Edward loved.
Yeah.
All of those.
Nobody
people
knows.
on the board.
Nobody really knows.
Except
maybe
for
Bull.
the author.
My boat.
Okay,
Because
that
he's
was
a boy, I don't think he would want a baby doll.
that was
Probably
right.
Sarah Ruth's baby.
That was a right there question. So let's move on to question two.
No, Edward isn't a baby doll.
So now question two.
It wasn't a right there. Jack, hang on. I just need to finish reading this.
Yes, it is Tyler because she was loved by everyone. Little.
Keep talking. Please finish.
Keep talking.
Oh, I just forgot.
Blah blah blah.
But nobody knows that every Bryce, Bull, and Pellegrina owned the doll. It might have just been two,
It just might
or it might have been none of them. It might have just been somebody else.
Could have been like some random person.
So let's move on to question two. Question two.
I'm done.
Okay, Nick, you want some rest?
Charlie, Jack said the question. Charlie said, I think it was Bryce because his dad smashed it into a lot of pieces. Luke said, I disagree. Then I couldn't get a lot of it. Of in the middle. Sophie said maybe Pellegrina told her that. Egan said maybe the doll just broke. And Jack said, I think Luke's right.
And then we thought that both of them were.
Yeah. Then we just figured out
Because she
then we
was
just
owned by a ton of
Okay, so question two. Let's move on. Question two. What did the old doll mean when she told Edward to open your heart? Someone will come. Someone will come for you. But first, you must open your heart. Did Edward open his heart?
Hang on.
Yes, because that's kind of
Luke's stuff.
No.
Can you all take turns and like have a break in the middle so I can finish typing the first person who actually said it?
Yeah.
Because then like I'm in the middle of something, then it changes, and then like
That's all
it's
right,
hard to like keep on going.
Luke, you got.
that's why I'm right.
I think he did open his heart because it even says on page 203, the China Rabbit's heart had begun again to open. So he was starting to open your heart, and I think like what she meant by open your heart is like want to try to at least try to be wanted
or have
to
hope.
be happy to be wanted.
I thought she meant have hope.
Yeah. Okay, you could go.
Okay. Charlie.
I thought she meant have hope. Like have hope somebody will come for you one day. I thought that was what she was saying.
Yeah. One sec.
Don't go.
And Edward was so disappointed.
You don't have to write every little thing.
You don't need to write everything.
Yeah, I barely wrote anything.
Sophie.
Okay. Edward was so disappointed when he lost everyone. So now that's the reaction of why he's being so hopeless. I can't get to.
You don't need to write every single thing.
I've only written 2 things.
That doesn't matter. We've only done like 3 or 4 things.
You want to know? Sometimes I like.
Say it again, Sophie.
I think we went off
You
track.
have to say every single word.
I think we went off track.
Yeah, we're not.
We didn't go off track, just we're waiting and
Okay,
like
now
looking
we're
already.
So we totally forgot what the heck happened.
Oh, okay, let's just continue.
Let's start over, Luke.
Yeah. Just like you don't even know. So since we're starting over, I think he did open his heart because it says on page 203, someone will come for you. The China Rabbit's heart had begun again to open. And also, I think open your heart means like have at least try to be happy that someone might come for you and want you.
Yeah.
I thought it meant hope.
Yeah, me too.
That's pretty much.
Like have hope that somebody is going to come.
That's
because one day somebody's going to.
That's pretty much said. Well, no one even knows that, but if people stopped at that chapter, they wouldn't know that, and they did these questions, they wouldn't know that. But if they read on, then they'd figure it out because
Well, yeah.
last chapter.
I don't think Edward did open his heart. I think someone just came and got him.
Well,
Yeah. That may.
then why would
agree.
it say the China Rabbit's heart?
I agree with Luke and I disagree with Egan. I agree with Egan.
I agree with both of
you.
I agree
How?
with Luke.
Well, more
Because
Luke because it's said in the
it
book.
even it said it, his heart is beginning to open more.
Well,
I
said
agree. Egan is right. I agree with Egan. I agree with
no,
Luke.
I agree with Luke.
Well,
I agree with Luke.
Maybe who he was getting it for just likes rabbits.
Yeah,
Well,
but-
at the end of the book, it didn't say that they got him. The woman said,
Oh yeah, true. True.
We're not
Wait,
buying
where
anything
is
today.
It's ever we're just looking.
Remember,
Yeah.
we're not buying anything today. She said that because, so they won't buy it, I think.
And then that kind of put Edward down.
But then Madam said Lucius Clark, please. So he was like begging her to
Well,
buy
they
it. So
didn't
it doesn't say if they bought it or not, but I think they did buy it
Yeah,
because
I don't get why a mother wouldn't want their old childhood toy that they lost. That just like, and she kept the watch because she loved Edward. Why wouldn't she want him back?
Okay, I think
Well, how do you know it's Abilene?
Because
He might have just imagined that.
no, because how would she have the pocket watch on her neck if it wasn't?
Pocket watch. How do your pocket watches are gold?
He has a
I
pocket
think that
watch.
wraps up this question. Let's move on to question 3.
I have
This might be the same color.
Hang on.
It doesn't mean it's.
It doesn't say old.
Question 3.
That's dry.
Question 3, guys. We're gonna
It's
move on. But
bronze.
first, Nikki's gonna summarize. Summarize, Nikki.
Luke said, I think he did open his heart. Charlie said, I thought she just meant have hope.
Well,
Sophie said, yeah. Charlie said, I agree with Luke. Then everyone started agreeing with Luke. And that's all I got.
I agree with you. I mean, you can. Okay, let's move on to question 3. Question 3. Good readers will use the clues that the author used to draw. Will use it to draw their own conclusions about what the author is trying to say. Someone will come. Someone will come. Someone will come. Is what Edward repeated to himself year after year. Then one day, a little girl grabbed him and cradled Edward in her arms. The story didn't really tell you, but who was this girl?
I started.
Can I say something? Can I say? I think it was Abilene's daughter.
Me too.
Wait.
Because it says Maggie.
Who's another?
I don't get what it says. The story didn't really tell you because it did. It said it's Maggie.
Oh, it's
Maggie.
Stop.
No, who do you think the girl was? Like Abilene's daughter.
It might have been Edward's pocket watch, but it might have not been Abilene. It might have just been somebody in her family that she gave the pocket watch to.
Yeah.
But Abilene was an only child.
Benny is right. Abilene
But
was
she would be
not the
adult.
only one in her family.
And it would make sense
That has-
if
might
it
never
would
got
make
one.
sense
Go
if
pocket watch.
she was
Yeah.
older
There's
because
way more
because
The
it's
years
been
passed,
years
it
and
said.
years and years.
Yeah, maybe she
I
could be
agree
an
with
adult.
Charlie.
Adult.
Yeah, I agree
I-
with Sophie.
I agree with
That's
Sophie.
what I thought.
Because
'cause-
the little girl, Abilene, it could have even been her sister. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
So
She doesn't have a
never know.
sister.
It doesn't tell us.
Well,
It
maybe
doesn't
maybe
tell-
one of her
it
ancestors.
does
or
tell us in the
cousins.
book.
Yeah.
Luke just said it tells us in the book.
Well, it tells
What?
something.
girl.
It
Yeah,
tells
it says
some.
the
It
girl
only
is
tells
Maggie.
clues. That's what good books do.
The
No,
girl,
it says the girl is
the
Maggie.
girl name.
Yeah, but who do you think? Like,
I think it's Abilene's daughter because it even says in it, it was his watch. Edward said Abilene. Yes,
The
said
name of
Edward.
it, I
Edward,
see
she said
him,
again.
said the
starting
woman.
this time.
She
Yes,
dropped
said
the.
Edward. Yes, yes, yes. It's me.
She dropped the She dropped the umbrella. She put her hand on the locket, then that hung around her neck, and Edward saw then that was not a locket at all. It was a watch, a pocket watch. It was his watch. Edward said Abilene. Yes, said Edward. Edward, she said again, certain this time. Yes, said Edward. Yes, 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 it's me.
So I think it was Abilene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe because she might have said that, and maybe she could have told he was thinking that, and she said she was like Edward.
But she doesn't know it's Abilene.
oh my God.
Maybe it's her like
It's
You know,
sort of sense.
like
It's sort
Yeah,
of
it does.
like
kind
Well,
of.
it's just a different pocket watch.
But it
Yeah.
says it was his watch. Maybe it has like something on it,
No.
like a scratch.
He might have just thought that.
No, because
there's lots of different pocket watches.
no, because at the beginning of the story, it also tells you that the maid that they hired sucked it up into the vacuum cleaner, and it had a dent in it, and no
So,
other pocket watch probably
there's-
doesn't have the same dent.
There's
It might.
probably
But-
lots of pocket watches with dents in it.
But probably not the same dent. And they could also test for fingerprints.
they could
Yeah,
have,
but he's
they could
right.
have like,
would do
like another place or something. Like it's in the dent is on like the top of the pocket watch. It can be like on the bottom or something.
Nikki, do you want to summarize?
One sec.
I agree with Bunny. Because
there was a
Yeah.
dent on the pocket watch, and he probably looked
Yeah.
for the dent.
So Nikki, do you want
He
to
might have found it.
Well, it didn't say
Here's the secret.
found the thing.
It didn't.
But he
say
said it was his watch.
We said that already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. On
Well, that's
the
not
last
the
page it
only
said
pocket
it was
watch
his
with
watch.
a dent in it. It's not the only pocket
Well, maybe it
watch.
had the same exact dent.
But the dent, yeah, it wasn't. Couldn't you? Maybe it wasn't the same exact dent.
Yeah, but it would
He's
be
right.
the same dent.
Okay, Nick, do you want to summarize? Yeah.
LL, I don't get it.
There's different shapes and sizes.
EP, Egan, it might have been someone else's. Luke, it said the girl's name is Maggie. Jack, he read something straight from the book. Egan, maybe it's a different pocket watch. And Albert, I agree with Bunny.
Okay, and that wraps up question 3.
No, doesn't really, because we haven't decided. Is it
Oh
hit?
yeah.
Is it hit?
Okay,
Is
let's
it?
take a
No, wait.
vote.
Yeah, it does, because it says the
Why
who
don't we
was
take
this
a
girl.
vote?
So who
No,
thinks?
wait, but it says, but who was this girl?
Maggie.
Maggie. So technically
Who
it does.
votes? It's Applebean's sister,
I mean, daughter.
Donna. Who
Four.
votes? It's Maggie, or whatever the other one is.
It's
the
Maggie,
same
Maggie
exact
might,
thing.
Maggie might be the name. Maggie
Yeah.
might be her
Maggie
name.
is a name.
Yeah, Maggie's
It's
her
my
name.
dog's name.
And who thinks it's that it might be Edward's pocket watch? Because they never said it was gold.
Yeah, but they didn't say Edward's pocket watch was gold in the first
It
place.
said my gold pocket watch.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, but it says it was his watch, so he probably figured out. He could probably
Who
see that
votes?
it's
Who
gold.
thinks it
But
is?
there's plenty of gold pocket watches.
Yeah.
But maybe he saw the dent.
Like maybe he saw the Denny.
There's so much dent. It didn't say exactly where the dent was, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still.
But
There's
Edward
the
must
dent.
have known.
Yeah, he must have known where it is. 'Cause
No,
it's
you
his
might have
pocket.
forgot because it was like 15 years, and then
I won't forget.
I wouldn't forget.
Oh yeah.
I remember what I was crying over in a picture because I had to take a picture of it. My mom didn't let me finish a cookie. That was only when I was like 2. She made me
I
throw it
remember
away.
when I was a little girl and my brother was in the hospital, like